it's all variable though, and it's still just
you can't trust them to get the job done, and you need the job to get done on the battlefield. These guys are just so random that they aren't wonderful. They're fun. They're not great.
Would you ever trust the bad guy though?
As a Dark Eldar player, yes. The bad guys can always be trusted to do the bad thing all the time.
Yeah. The other big thing that really irked me was being in Chaos for a little while now. It was frustrating to not have Berserkers or Noise Marines, Plague Marines, anything of that sort being in the troop slot now. It kind of forces your hand into just bringing cultists, because if you're bringing the Marines, it's big point sink. You're just trying to get these models on the board. Don't bring normals.
That can be offset now with the other formations, with the other, like the Vanguard detachment with all the just elites and an HQ. I mean, you can build an all cult troops army. It's not that tough, but you lose out on some command points.
Yes, and the command points, I think, going into the stratagems later, we'll talk some about them. Some of them are really powerful, and I think that's what kind of... You're right, there are ways to play it. It's not impossible, but it's kind of frustrating being in Chaos for a while. I've always had Chaos Marines, and that was just what I had. Now I got to go buy a bunch of cultists now, too, which I had anyways.
I think one of the best things to take from these new books that are coming out, the codexes, is that now we have choices to make. We actually have to make hard decisions, which really shows us that the book as a whole is more balanced.
They really did not lack, and we'll use this as a transition, they really did not lack with these stratagems.
Oh,
they gave you a lot of choices.
It's a bit overwhelming. There's so many of them. They do all kinds of anything from mundane to changing your mark of chaos to now the three Vindicators. You pick a point on the board and you roll, what is it, 3d3? Yeah, 3d3 mortal wounds to any unit within 3 inches of that point. After you roll a 4. You roll a 4 up to hit them, and then every unit takes those wounds.
Let's jump into chapter tactics then, since we're talking about stratagems already.
Chapters are fun.
Yeah.
Chapters are for chumps. We have legions.
Yeah, thank you for that. He keeps saying chapters. I don't know what he's talking about.
Hey man, I'm an orc player. Screw you guys. I have clans.
We're almost out of time, so I will instead ask each candidate to sum up in a single word the best argument for his candidacy. Governor Bush?
Strategery.
So, with chapter tactics, let's go straight to chapter tactics. I'm sorry, legion tactics. What legion traits are you bringing to the table? Which ones do you like?
Well, obviously, World Eaters.
They're
the end-all. +1 attack when you charge, when they're attacking twice. It's easy to just get... one model will have Chain Axe, Chain Sword, will have, 8 attacks each fight phase? You bring 5 of them, you got 40 attacks. You got more attacks than some orc mobs.
How dare you, sir? How many attacks did you say?
One model has 8.
The best I can do is 7. I believe.
So close.
I believe. You need a few things for that. You need Thraka. You need the Weird Boy to have the Warpath ability that gives you additional 1. You need a Choppa, so that's 3 additional attacks on top of 2, so we're at 5. And then you need the green Horde thing going on. That's an additional attack, so we're at 6. And then no, I'm sorry. Am I droning on? I'm sorry. This is all about chaos. Chaos. What other legion?
All chaos needs is just a Khorne Berserker.
It seems that way. 8 attacks, and you get to do it twice.
Well, it's 8 after the twice. It's 4 each round.
Oh, then you're kind of lying. Then you're being disingenuous. I get it.
Dishonest.
I mean,
yeah.
you are chaos, so I kind of expect that from you. Legion traits. What's the second legion trait you really like?
I actually really dig Emperor's Children, because always fighting first is pretty hot.
Is that melee?
You're
what
gonna
does the rule
tool
state?
up some melee troops And units with this trait will always fight first in the fight phase, even if they didn't charge.
Wow.
So no taking turnsies, none of that nonsense. You get to kill, and then they get to swing back with the leftovers.
So that's where initiative went.
Yeah.
Also, their unit, the Noise Marines, are nothing to laugh at. They ignore cover on their special weapons. They're a pretty shooty unit. You add that on, you just sit there, keep shooting. They charge you. Well, I still go first. You get the benefits of everything with them.
I love the Doom Siren, their flamer weapon.
Yeah.
Just the Emperor's Children are sweet with the noise weapons, but Doom Siren is Assault 6, Strength 5, 2 AP auto hits. So it's like a heavy flamer, but it's on some basic, like, standard elite infantry. We'll get into one of the other reason I love these noise weapons so much in a minute when we get to the stratagems.
So we have Emperor's Children, we have Word Eaters? World Eaters, my bad.
You're the word eater right now.
Touche, sir. Don't make fun of the host. He'll edit the entire show to you saying, I love gummy bears or something crazy. I'll figure it out.
I'll neglect saying I am.
You already said it?
The Legion that I think got the short end of the stick here is
Yeah,
the
let's
Word
go to
Bearers.
losers.
Oh my god.
They lost so hard.
So, Word Bears, why are they losers?
They get to be regular Space Marines.
Just that's it.
They get to reroll failed morale tests. That's it. Regular Space Marine
Boring.
trait with no bonus.
Sounds like they lost.
They're not so great.
They
Yeah.
have some cool artifacts, and I think it's their stratagem.
But yeah, they didn't win the fight on traits.
Yeah, the trait, they're garbage. It's just embarrassing.
It's not me, it's genetic. And then we got sued.
And there we go. The Dark Pact, yeah. You can get more demons on the field. Never mind, that was their warlord trait that I was thinking
very
of.
good,
that
actually.
makes their warlord trait's the one that I was thinking of that increases all aura effects by 3 inches.
Okay.
So with a bunch of cultists, you can have one Dark Apostle leading 2, maybe 3 squads of cultists that are using his leadership, and then getting these rerolls. He doesn't have to be in the thick of it. It's bad stuff.
What other legion got the short end of the stick?
The Iron Warriors, kind of like the Imperial Fists, which they have the identical rules. It's the ignore cover, and they reroll failed wounds against buildings. But the Imperial Fist still got like bolter drill as a stratagem. They didn't get a whole lot. Their artifact, I know off the top of my head, is it gives them a 2+ save, not invulnerable, just a 2+ save, and they heal a wound every turn. Their stratagem is when an Iron Warrior unit loses a wound, roll a d6 for that wound, and for each wound lost by the unit for the rest of the phase on a 6, that wound is not lost. So they get 6+, feel no pain.
That'd be all right on cultists, though. I mean, a big mob of cultists taking another 6 up for free. That's all right.
I'd rather make them a Slanesh one though, and give them a 5-up. With the psychic ability and the ability to take millions of psychers now.
Let's move into relics. What relics impressed? What relics didn't shine so good?
The Murder Sword is back. I was glad to see that in another book. It was in the last one, and you choose a character. But now it works a little different. It's +1 strength, AP 4, 1 damage. Nothing too crazy, but it hits automatically, and if you wound them, it just deals mortal damage. The AP is only there for other units that are not the target of the Murder Sword.
Oh my. What other relics are we looking at that are hot?
They took some stuff from Demonkin. I'm a big World Eater player. I'm going to talk about Khorne and World Eaters all the time. They gave Khorne the ability to deny psychic powers in one of them. That's kind of really good when you have someone that has like Magnus on the board or some kind of I'm going to erase a unit ability. So that's kind of a nice defense.
I'm disappointed in the Black Mace this edition.
Oh my! Yes,
In 7th,
preach
it was like the thing. You took a guy with a jump pack in the Black Mace and you sent him on a mission to kill some shit.
Yes.
Now you just kind of cry when you take it.
Yeah, it only deals those extra wounds on a 6. If you didn't kill the model, it doesn't spill over like it used to.
It's 2 damage plus 3 strength, 2 AP, but it's not bananas like it used to be.
Yes, exactly. Where's the Nurgle weapon in here? The
Plus Cleaver?
I think it's the plus cleaver. No, it's somewhere else. It was one of their I think it's just a regular weapon that they can actually spill wounds over onto other units now. Nurgle has like a sword or something that it says specifically in there it deals mortal wounds and spills over to other models.
Wow.
Oh, that's what it was. The Eye of Night was one for the Black Legion I thought was kind of interesting. You select a visible vehicle unit and roll a d6. On a 2+, that unit suffers d3 mortal wounds. Have you ever run into a knight that's got 1 or 2 wounds left? Or that kind of it's situational, but I think it can help you finish off big vehicles like transports you're trying to crack open to get inside.
What sweet stratagems do we got to dig into? Sounds like you're disappointed.
Berserkers get to attack again. A 3rd time in a turn.
Really?
Yes. It's 3 command points.
Feel like that's crazy.
Well, yeah, they're berserkers. That means crazy.
How many command points do you have in your army when you have a full list?
If I'm running a battalion with cultists as a base, and then I think the list I have right now is 4 or 5 units of berserkers and rhinos with 3 20-man cultist squads, I'm having 9.
So you could possibly...
6.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
you could
battalion.
possibly... You would use that 2 times. I mean, that'd be obvious to use that on your berserkers.
Oh, yeah. It'll make those 10-man berserker squads in rhinos in your face 2nd turn attacking 3 times. I've killed 3 units using it last week.
That'd be a quick...
Earlier this
That'd
week.
be a quick wiping if you're playing an elite.
Because keep in mind, whenever you fight in the fight phase, as far as I understand the way that the fight phase works, you pile in and consolidate every time you're chosen to fight. So these berserkers are also moving through your lines as they're killing you. They don't stop.
Can you jump from one unit and attack another, though?
In the turn you charge, you can only attack the unit you charge, but you can keep consolidating, locking up other units, and then in an ongoing combat, you just whirlwind out of control.
It sounds fun.
It is.
It sounds like a good time.
It's very fun.
And if you are bumping into that one unit that might be able to hurt you a little bit, you just spend that 3 CP.
Yep.
That's cool. What other stratagems do we got?
I'm a ridiculous fan of the Noise Marines still, so I'm going to go with the Endless Cacophony. Or as I like to call it, Encore. 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 Because all of your Slaanesh infantry, so Noise Marines, get to shoot again with those badass noise weapons.
Sweet.
You just bring them out for the Encore, and it's beautiful.
And that one's only 2 CP. I have to pay 3 to attack again in melee, and you can just shoot again for 2.
With noise weapons, it's
with
pretty excellent.
I don't know.
But you're attacking again with Khorne Berserkers, so
chain axes.
yeah.
The answer to everything.
Indeed. Any other stratagems that are looking good? Something you might throw in there?
The Tide of Traitors was interesting. For 2 command points, you can take a cultist unit off the board, put it back on at full health. I think that 9-inch, it's 6 inches of a board edge and 9 away from enemy models like normal.
Yeah.
But they come back at full strength.
Wow.
So it kind of gives people a reason to take really large cultist squads, because with the new way morale works, they're not as good as they used to be, and apostles don't stop them from losing models anymore.
But if you can pull the whole squad off when there are only 2 models left and bring it all on behind your enemy's lines, it's pretty good.
Yes, that's what I think is really going to scare people, is like, oh, there's now 30 cultists behind me, and they're going to come and wreck my backline heavy weapon squads, whatever they're trying, characters even.